Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in today's live stream show. I'm Judy the YouTube Lawyer, and I'm going to continue reading a transcription of a police and FBI interview of Luis Rivera regarding the 2014 murder of law professor Dan Markel. So I see a lot of people already here waiting, so thanks for joining in on a Saturday evening. So this is part 2. And I'm going to try to read about 25 to 30 pages. We last ended on page 33 here. By investigator Isom. Short nose 38 Smith & Wesson. What color? Answer, black. Question, okay. Both 38 caliber? Yes, sir. Okay. You supplied both of these guns? No, just one. Which gun did you supply? The blue steel is, which is that? Which is what? Answer, the long-nosed blue steel Taurus is Garcia's gun. Where did he get it? I don't know. That's his gun. Okay, so that's his gun? That was his gun. The blue steel long nose he brought? I supplied the short nose black 38. But the blue steel long nose longer barrel he brought? Question, Taurus Garcia brought? Answer, uh-huh. And you don't know where he got it from? No. Okay. By investigator Sanford. Is that a 9? The Taurus is a 9 millimeter? No, 38. 38? 38. Investigator Isom. All right. You brought the 38 black short nose Smith & Wesson? Yes, sir. Where did you get that gun? From a neighborhood, from a black boy that I know. A neighborhood black boy that you know? Yeah. What's his name? I don't know his name. How long did you get it before? When did you get it? A week before, the day of that you took the trip? Answer. When he told me, he said I need a 38 revolver because he had showed me the blue steel. And I said, that's a big gun. What the hell? Shit, you're trying to blow somebody's brain out. You're crazy. He's like, yeah, then find me a 38 small one. And I said, you know what? I think I know where to get one because I remember somebody trying to sell one around the neighborhood. And when I seen the black boy around the trailer park, I said, man, what's up, man? You still got that gun for sale? He said, yeah. I said, man, I need $150 for it. So I gave him $150 and I got the gun. Question. This was what day before you took the trip? Answer. Let me see. The day he told me, yeah. When he went to go rent the car, I got it the same day. When he went to go rent the car, I said, by the time you come back, I should have it in my hand. Because when I picked it up, I already had it on me. I was at Rochelle's house drinking. And I called, and he was like, when I got to my house, he was like, man, did you get that? I'm like, nah, I ain't get it. I was playing around. Man, I ain't get it. I was playing like I didn't get it. Man, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I got it. I took it on the hill. When I gave it to him, he was like, all right. He cleaned it really good. Then I'm going to clean it that way you don't have your fingerprints on it. He cleaned it with alcohol and a bandana. And we took it, all right. We're going. I said, you're going to take both of them? You don't need to take both. Take one. And yeah, I'll take both. And I said, you know what? Yeah, take both. So we took both of them up here. Question. You don't know the guy's name that you got the gun from? Answer. No. It was just a neighborhood kid he was selling. He had to be real young too, like 18, 19. Question. Does the gun come with bullets or did you have to go buy bullets? Answer. Nah, I had to get bullets. Where did you get the bullets? I think I had bullets already. No, we went to the store. Matter of fact, I did. We went to the store on 117th and Biscayne. 117 or 112 on Biscayne is a gun store. Went in there and bought the 38. 117 or 112? Answer, yeah, in between. Question, oh, between those two? Answer, between them two. Okay. Answer, I am just giving you a right answer, like a address right around there on Biscayne. Mr. Collins, what neighborhood? Biscayne. I understand, but North Miami. Okay. Answer, everything is by my hood. Investigator Sanford, do you remember what kind of store, what the name of it is? Answer, a gun store. It's the only gun store right there. It's the only gun store. Question, that's all it is? Just a gun store? Answer, as a matter of fact, it's right next to where we rented the car at. Question, where you rented which car? Answer, the Prius. It's right next to, maybe a little further down. Question, who went to the gun store? Answer, I walked in there. By yourself? Yeah, because I used a box, and the shirt that I had on it says PL Police Department Boxing Gym. And I walked in there because I just came out the gym. I had that shirt there, and they didn't even ask me for ID. I said, I need some bullets. And they said, what you need? 38. And I grabbed them and left. Question, he didn't go with you? Answer, no, he was outside in the car. He was outside in the car? Yeah, he was outside in the car. This was the day before you were leaving? The day before we left. Tudo is outside in the car. He didn't go into the store? Uh-huh, he was in the back. He was in the back of the alley. I was in my Mercedes. Did you buy for him too, or he already had bullets? Answer, no, I bought them for him. I didn't buy them for me. Question, I know, but you mean I'm saying you bought bullets for both guns, really? Answer, yeah, it was like 12 little bullets because it was 6 and 6 in each gun. Question, right. But did you buy just 12? Answer, just 12. You can buy individual 12 bullets? Yeah, individual 12 bullets. You can buy singles. Okay, like cigarettes? Yeah, you can go in there and buy singles. They'll sell you all types of singles, whatever you need, like 15 for $20. You know, shit like that. Question, interesting gun store. By Mr. Collins. These stores probably don't follow the rules, and they should have records of selling ammunition, shouldn't they? Maybe not. Answer, they'll sell it to anybody, man. They don't give a fuck who you is. Question, this is Lewis's neighborhood. He knows. Oh, that was Investigator Isom. Answer, anybody can walk in there and get it, man. Anybody. They don't ask for no ID. Only time they ask for ID if you buying a gun, that's it. Question, now the only thing I feel like is lacking is the $5,000 that you brought up. Answer, that they gave him? That's what you're talking about? Question, did you give somebody $5,000? Answer, if I gave somebody $5,000? Investigator Sanford, he said they gave him. The witness, yes, I gave when I got paid? Investigator Isom, okay, you said. Answer, refresh my memory. Simultaneous inaudible speech. Question, you said 5,000 just a minute ago from Katie? Sanford, coming up. Witness, oh no, when we were coming up this way, he had money. And I said, yo, how much money you got? And I think he was like $5,000. I'm like, damn, they gave you that much money to take a ride? And he's like, yeah, let's go. And he gave me 500. He was like, hold this just in case I run out. I know he's going to run out because he's going to buy everything in Coke. So I said, let me hold the money. We went up here. I'm telling you, right in this way, we stopped at a couple of stores. We put $30 in gas, and then a 30 came up here, put more gas, bought more drugs. We bought a bunch of little bottles. We were just hanging out. We were like partying the whole night. Rent the hotel, gave the guy $20. He buys like $100 or $200 of coke off that black guy. Just buying shit all day. I knew he would run out. The only thing I remember him having, maybe $600 left in his pocket out of all that money. You have that much money left? Come on, man. Investigator Isom. So this first trip, do you know where the $5,000 came from? Answer. Katie gave it to him. Question. He said that? Answer. Yeah. I'm like, who gave you the money? My wife gave me the money. The other lady give her the money to give to him. Look, this is to let you know that I'm real. I'm honest about what I'm going to give you. Saying, look out. Question. Then the next trip, he had $2,000. And okay, I think that's probably Luis Rivera still talking, even though it says Q in front of it. Okay, then the next trip, he had $2,000, and he gave me $200 out of that shit. I kept it in my pocket, and he ran out, and I had to use my $200. Isom, go inaudible. Sanford, are you done with that? Okay. Investigator Sanford. So we now are coming up on that first trip. It might be hard to think back, but how many cell phones did y'all have? Answer. I always kept my 2. Remember, I have 2 phones. Question. You had 2 phones that first trip you came up? Yeah. Always first trip, second trip, my whole fucking life. Do you remember what numbers were on those first 2 phones? My phones, nah. Jessica will know. She got to have it. I don't remember if it was 290. I can't remember the number. Jessica will know. She probably has it in her phone. I don't remember the number. Okay. But I know he had a throwaway phone. Just one? Yeah, he had 1 phone. He had a throwaway phone. How did he communicate with Katie? Katie. With her phone. Question. Did he call her straight up on the number? Did he have any apps he was using? Did he have anything special with? Answer. I think they both had throwaways. I don't know what phone she had, but I know the second trip I remember her calling him from using her phone because I know her number. Okay. I know her number, so I remember that. But the first trip, I think that they had I know for sure they had a little black phone, throwaway phone. Mr. Collins. How would you see or come into knowledge of her number if she wasn't calling you? How would you know that her number would call on the second trip if she wasn't calling you? Answer. The second trip, no, she ain't calling me. She is calling him. Question. All right. Answer. But I can hear her voice. I know Katie's voice. I hear her voice. And the phone wouldn't have no names on it. So when she would call, you can see the number. And you saw it? Yeah. I seen Katie's number. I know Katie's number by heart. I just remember. I was thinking about her number last night. I kept thinking about her numbers and shit. Do you remember it now? Do you know it by heart? I think the last 4 numbers was 16125 something 6 1612, something around there like that. That's her number. But I know Katie's voice. She is. I am 100% sure she was in this the whole time. And I know because I heard her voice. And she gave Garcia the money to come up here. And she called me after the murder the next day. Where is Garcia? Did y'all want the money? Find that nigga. And I had somebody else go pick him up. Hermano go picked him up for me. And that's inaudible. The truth. I am not going to sit and fucking lie and bullshit none of y'all. I don't got no reason to lie about nothing. If I wanted to, I could just went straight to trial and say fuck everything. Question. All we want is the truth, man. That's it. Investigator Sanford. Inaudible. Sequential. Where are you at? Investigator Isom. Okay. So you come up here, you go to the hotel, you stay there. Crackhead gets you the room, registers it for you. Y'all stay there 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights, it sounds like? Yeah. Same room, 109 or 1010 or 110? One of them. I think it was 110. I'm not even sure, but one of them. I showed you the room that it was in. One of them too. Question. You go to the house. You already know where the house is. Did y'all have to use a map to get to the house, or did he drive straight to the house? Answer. We drove. We was driving. To come to his house, we stopped one time. And again, like, man, I can't remember how to get to Tallahassee. I remember he grabbed the map real quick and then, okay, it's over here. Fuck it. I don't need this. Threw it away. Once we got over here, we went straight to his house. Question. You're saying to get to Tallahassee, you had to get a paper map? Answer. Yeah, because he was drunk. He was like, man, I don't remember. So we stopped at a gas station. He bought a map real quick, looked at the map. He was like, all right, I don't need it. Boom. I think he threw it in the glove compartment like, all right, I know where we're at. And he kept driving. As soon as we got down here, we went straight to his house. Question. So he didn't need any help getting to his house from the motel? Answer. He didn't have to pull the paper out no more, look at no address. He already knew everything. Question. And that's when y'all parked down there on the south, well, it's the south side of Benton Road? Answer. 2116 is his house. That's Markel's number of his house. Question. How do you know that? Answer. Because I remember when I passed with y'all the other day. Question. Okay. Answer. But I remember the first time I passed by, I looked at the numbers, but I couldn't remember. That's why I told you if I can go back around and look at the house, I was looking at the numbers, for it can hit my mind so I remember, you know. Question. So he parked in that park where you had to stop? Answer. Yes, sir. Question. And faced towards the street so you could see him coming out of his road? Answer. The same way we pulled in, that's how we were, sitting and watching. Question. And y'all followed him, you said, to the daycare? To the daycare. We're on the first trip still? The first trip. And he is driving? The first trip, the second trip, we followed him to the daycare. Y'all did the same pattern? Yeah, same pattern. So he follows him and they go to the daycare. And does he park over there to wait? Answer. Yeah, we parked. We parked like when I was talking about it last time, which I couldn't remember. We parked like in the corner waiting for him to come. But I never seen him come out. I was like, yo, this guy is not coming. So we always lost him because I guess when he come out, he hit the right and go that way towards like the gym. He never came back. So we would leave. The first night we was up here, we left. We was just ended up going to Hooters. We ate some chicken wings, drank beer like crazy. Went back to the hotel, did pot and drank, just hanged out. Like the first days we was out here, we just scoped him out for 2 days, a day and a half, and that's it. Question. What caused you to leave town? Why did you give up and just go back home? Answer. Me, personally, I told him, listen, man, I don't think this is going to be worth it that day. I said, man, this is not worth it. We should just get out of here. It's bad, like, think about it, man. You know, I got to do it, the money, this and that. I was like, all right, whatever, but we're leaving. We left. And then probably like a month later, the second trip, he was like, man, I got to do this. I got to do this. So I just, you know, that day he told me that. I thought about it all day. Like, what the fuck? This nigga is tripping. And it's all because of Katie. Man, she had him crazy. You know, she would go cheat on him. And I guess she would tell him, if you want me back, you got to do this shit. Because we came back a week later. They were together again. We went to the Pacquiao fight at my brother's house. Everybody was hanging out, and it was crazy. So I'm like, she had him all messed up. She had him all confused. Sanford, inaudible. Investigator Isom. Were you present at any of those conversations when she says, if you want me or want me back or anything like that, you got to do this? Answer, no. But me talking to him, he's like, try to say something. But I know my friend. I grew up since I was 5 years old. I'm like, all right, dog, let's go. I really know why you're doing this for. You're doing this because of your stupid ass wife. Let's go. So I went with him. But it was all her. It was all fucking Katie's fault, man. We in this shit. Katie. Investigator Sanford. So they weren't together during this time, during the time of the murder? Uh-huh. Question. Where was he living at? He was living at Biscayne and 186 between Miami Beach and Biscayne. In a house? Apartment? Apartment. Was he living with anybody? He was with, at that time, Hermano was staying with him. Hermano? I think he was staying there because she would go drop the kids off and Garcia would leave, go get fucked up and go to Shrimp's house, be at Shrimp's house and leave the kids with Hermano. With Shrimp. Who was Shrimp? Tatia. I call her Tatia, but I just called her Shrimp. That was like his girlfriend. His girlfriend? Yeah. Okay. And she would go harass him. Every time he was over there, she would go pass by, drive by. Oh, motherfucker, I see you throwing pictures of the house, sending pictures to his phone. Like, you're fucking this guy, and then you over here harassing my dog. Let my dog live his life and do you. Because he would show me the pictures. Man, look what this girl do. I was like, man, you like it and you love it, so what's the use? Because you'll be one day with Shrimp, and then go one night, spend one night with Katie, then she'd kick your ass out the house and she'd go with this guy. Come on, really? She had him so messed up that he was drinking every day. Every day he was drinking, and every day he would do coke. There wasn't one day that passed by without that man drinking or doing coke. Investigator Sanford. He was messed up over her, huh? Uh-huh. Where was she living at? At the time, I don't remember. I think it was in Miami Beach. Was she still living in Miami Beach? I think she was still living in Miami Beach. I can't remember where she was staying at. Question. That's all right. Answer. But I know after the money and all this shit, she moved to where she's at now, tried to get a better place. And then he moved in with her for a little bit. And then I went over there and inaudible. Man, fuck that. Let's go. Look at her getting dressed. She was leaving you in the house and she was leaving, let's leave. And we left and he never came back. But he would come late night and sneak in. Like, you're either going to leave her or you're going to be with her, you know? Like, she got your head all messed up. She made you go do this shit, you know? That's like saying she really didn't give a fuck because she made you do something that you wasn't even supposed to do, man. That's your wife. And she's supposed to take care of you, you know? I used to tell him stuff like that. I got into an argument. I argued with him a couple of times. Like the first night we came down, I argued with him back in Audible. I'm like, man, fuck this. We would argue, whatever. We left. Let me see if this StreamYard is still working, given all the curse words. Sorry about that, guys. Have to be authentic to the transcript. Okay. And then he would call me, and then we met up, whatever, go to the bar. And I'm like, I was frustrated. I even woke up one day. I was in my house drinking. I didn't tell you this, though. I was in my house drinking one day. And I was so mad, I was thinking about the murder. And it was just hitting me. And then he came to my house. Jessica called him. Yo, come over here. Calm this nigga down. I don't know what's wrong with him. He came and told me, chill out, man. Stop thinking about that shit. And I was like, man, it ain't even that. I didn't even do it. How the fuck can you walk around here like that? Something that you did, and you're out here like everything was all right. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that man and them kids. It really hurted me, man. It really do. Investigator Isom. When y'all didn't do anything the first time, did anybody call when you were heading back to Miami? Or what's the first indication his answer? He was talking to her. I know he kept talking to her on the phone. At the first ride, he talked to her a lot. I know he did. He kept talking to her. I kept telling him, yo, get off the phone, bro. Why do you keep talking to her? Ain't nothing to talk about. When you get down there, you talk to her personally. No need to be on the phone. I told him, that's how you're going to get caught. I told him just like that. That's how we're going to get caught. You're on this phone. You talk too much, especially when you're drunk. You speak too much. But he always kept talking every time she would call. Like, there she go again. Oh my God. Question. But did he call her when y'all were on your way back? You decided, abort the mission. You're not going to do it. You are not going to kill the guy this time? Answer. Yeah. The first night he called, he was like, oh, nothing happened. We'll probably come back. but nothing happened today. Fuck it. This shit is sour. It's not, we couldn't even find the guy. We followed him. Every time we would go to his house, I couldn't tell whether he was inside his house or not because his car go in the garage. So we never knew if he was there or not. Question. Did you ever hear a conversation between him and her, or was anybody questioning why you didn't do it? Answer. No. Ain't nobody question us. Ain't nobody going to question me. I think that they didn't even know I was going on the ride. The only one that knew was Katie. She knew I was in that car. Question. How did she know that? Answer. He told her, I'm going with Tato. They call me Tato. So I'm going with Tato. And I asked him, who knows? And he said, just Katie. That lady knows I'm in the car. And he was like, nobody knows, just Katie. But in my instincts, I didn't trust him that day. I'm like, somebody else got to know. Because if you told Katie, Katie has to told that lady. Question. Okay. Answer. That day of the murder, when I seen Wendy, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, that's Wendy. I remember her clear as day with the two boys. Question. When y'all get back to, you just go drive straight back to Miami? Answer. Yeah, straight to Miami. Question. And where do you go from there when you get there with the car? Answer. What car? Which one? Question. The car he was driving, the rental car. Answer. Oh, the Nissan? I think he stayed with it for a couple of days. I think he stayed with, when I came back, I always end up in Billy's. Say what now? I go to Billy's Sports Bar. That's my spot. No matter what I do, I'm always going to end up right there. So I'm thinking I was there that night. But I came back home. I came home. Yeah. We was at Billy's. We was in Billy's. Was Katie there? At Billy's? I don't think so. Did you all go straight to Billy's, or did you go to Jessica's first and then Billy's? No, I stopped by my house, took a shower, changed, got dressed, went to Billy's. By yourself? At my house, yeah. That was my house. He left. He went, I don't know if he went to see Katie or he went to Shrimp's house. So I said, I'm fixing to take a shower and relax. I'm going to get some Coke and then we ride. He met me in Billy's because I went to Billy's in my car. By yourself? Yeah, I went to Billy's. It was me, my brother, and him. I don't know if Ricardo came with me. I don't know if I picked up Ricardo that day. I can't really remember. I can't really remember that much. I don't want to sit here and lie to y'all, but I always end up in Billy's. If I go to Billy's by myself, everybody will meet us there. Question. Was there a discussion about not doing the hit? Answer. Not at all. Question. There was no discussion at Billy's between you and Tudo? Answer. Question. So what was at that point, was it just like, we're just not going to do this, or was it, we are not going to do this now? Answer. We didn't speak about it. So I figured like it was kind of dead. But then he told me, look, we got to go back. The same night? No, I think a couple of days later, like about 3 or 4 days later, we got to go back up there. Question. Anybody wanting the rest of that $5,000 back? Answer. He never told me about that money, if they wanted it back or not. But I know the money was paid, that he had to do it. I'll give you interest, but he got to go do it. But I never really spoke about this shit that much. Never spoke to him about it. Never came back into it. I mean, when it happened that day, to me, it was dead. The same day it happened, I buried that shit. Never told nobody nothing. I stayed quiet with it. I never spoke to him about nothing. Never told him nothing. But I know we came back. I remember him telling me, we are going to have to come back. That day we left, he was like, we're going to have to come back, inaudible. But I really wasn't up to it. But we came back and everything happened. Isom, inaudible. Next trip. Sanford. I just want to back up just a hair. Sanford. You said a while ago when Katie always had him messed up and stuff. What was Katie doing? I mean, you said something about she was going and seeing somebody and stuff. Answer. She would go see the dentist. Question. Who is the dentist? Tell us about that. Answer. I don't know his name. The The only way I knew his name, I guess, when I used to talk to my wife, she would be like, this, she is with a dentist. And I was like, oh, this mother. I already knew. We already knew she was fucking a dentist. He had told me his name, but I couldn't remember. Right now, I remember his name because it just came to my mind. But at that point, he would be like, this bitch over here cheating on me. We used to work together. And we left the job one day. We had left work. We went to a restaurant. And I would be like, what are we coming over here for? And he would be like, because she's over here cheating on me with the dentist she's working with. I was like, damn. That was like the first time he told me. And I was like, that's fucked up. And you're over here stalking this hoe. Like, come on. You're not an ugly guy, man. You can go get whoever you want. Like, leave her. But I know he wanted to get the car and smash right through them. And I'm like, yo, I will get out the car if you're going to do all that stupid shit. You want to run the car into that restaurant? I will get out the car. Question. He was jealous of them? He was jealous, real jealous. He was real jealous about Katie. Question. But he didn't do that, though, did he? Answer. No, of course not. I think I wouldn't even be here. I think he would have been in jail. Question. He never approached that dude or anything like that, right? No. He never did nothing to him? Never. Okay. Answer. I know he told me that the guy looks like him a little. I was like, how the fuck the guy look like you, man? I know that's what he told me one time. He was drunk. I looked at him and I laughed. You got to be tripping for real. I remember him telling me that. Question. Okay, all right. So we move up in time. You say he talked about going back down. Tell us, what's the next thing that happened to make all that happen? Answer. No, the next time we got to come up here, so we came up. That's when I rented a Prius. We came up, we traveled up here that night. Isom. How much warning did you have that you were going to take this trip, or how much he starts telling you? Answer. He told me one time and that's it. And then the time that he came, he told me that one time, yo, we got to come up. And all right, whatever. I thought he was bullshitting. So I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. Because he was always drunk. Mr. Collins. Because you're working? Yeah, I'm working. You still have a job? Yeah, I'm working. He didn't have a job? You helped him get a job working at Wynn, right? Answer. Yeah, I helped him get a job. Question. Is he still working there with you at this time? Answer. No, I had to fire him because he was drunk at the job. I'm still working. I'm like, okay, whatever. I ain't really pay no mind. That Wednesday when I get off work, he comes like, man, we got to go. I'm like, this nigga. In my mind, I didn't say nothing. But I'm like, he is serious about this shit, you know? So all right, I said, what's up? What you want to do? He was like, we need to rent a car. I said, you need to find somebody to rent a car. I'm not renting a car in my name. But there was nobody to find. Hamano didn't have no license, nobody. So I was like, fuck it. All right, let's go. I jumped in my car, the Mercedes, went over there, parked by the side, like the next block over. I jumped off. I said, here go my car. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stay back here. I went and he gave me the money. He gave me $350. Isom, 250? Answer, 350. Question, 350. Answer. I went inside. I said, man, I need a car. I need a good car that's going to get me to Orlando. I told the guy. He said, man, the only one I got is that little green car right there. All right, that's fine. Boom. Gave him $350, took the car and left. Followed him to my house. I took a shower. We left early. I think we left Mr. Collins. Luis, was there any discussions at that point? You may have already said it, about how much money we were going to get paid for taking this trip. I mean, were you just doing this out of friendship, or was there a certain amount of money that you expected to get? You already told us you didn't want to go. You didn't want to shoot nobody. Answer. I was really doing it because it was my best friend, and I didn't want him to take anybody else and get him all fucked up. Okay. He told me, I'll give you 35 grand. Isom, that's before you took the first trip? Answer, that was before I took the first trip. Collins, okay, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry for interrupting. Isom. That's all right. It's good for clarification. Collins. Yes. Isom. He had already been. My understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that you had already settled that he was going to give 30 and then give you an extra 5? Answer. 30. And then he was going to give me an extra 5. But he gave me an extra 7. What he gave me was 37. Question. Okay. But that's before even leaving the first time? Answer. Yeah, the first time. Question. And I believe it's your story, but I believe you said before something about you knew that the total amount equaled $100,000 or something? Answer. Yeah. Question. Was that before you took the first trip? Answer. Yeah, before we took the first trip, because he told me, I'm going to give you 30, but then he gave me 37. He gave me 35 first, and then he gave me some extra money on top of it. So it was 37 in total. Then I asked him, how much you getting? He got like 40 something. And I said, how much Katie getting? Oh, she's getting the rest. I was like, hold up. I might be illiterate, but motherfucker, I can count money. 37 and 40 something. And the rest? No, she's getting more than 50, 60 something grand in her pocket. So that means there was more money. Because, me being in prison in Coleman, I'm hearing about her. Oh, she's getting a new car. This guy getting a new car. And I'm like, man, how are they getting all this if this nigga ain't working and she ain't doing shit but fucking this dentist? So the dentist buying her the car. Garcia had already spent all his money. He don't have no money. He spent $5,000 on the Nissan Maxima. He spent 27 to 2,800 on a Monte Carlo. Bought the bike for, I think it was 32 or 2,900. And the bike, we bought bikes, but ain't no 2016 bikes. These was some old bikes. My bike was an 03 and his was, I think it was a 97, but it was souped up. All our bikes was souped up. And I paid for my bike. It was $2,300. That's it. But all this money that he spent, if you add it up, he ain't got much left. Then he rented the apartment. He paid for the apartment for 6 months. That way he don't lose it because he don't have no job. Question. Paid for 6 months outright? Answer. Yeah. He paid the rent for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He told me I paid the rent. Then I go to the house. He got a big ass TV. And I'm like, damn, you doing big things. Where are you getting this money from? Because I know you. I know you spent all your money. Because I know you, Tudo. I know you spent. He was like, man, I'm down to like 3. I remember he asked me, yo, let me hold some money. I told him, man, I don't got no money. I did. I told him I don't got no money. I already knew what he wanted it for. What you want? He asked me for $20. I said, what you want $20? Man, I'm fixing to buy Coke. I said, why are you going to buy Coke if I sell Coke? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you need Coke? I will give it to you, Tudo. And he was like, nah. But, I don't want to be like a Hoover and trying to ask you all the time. I just want my own shit. So I gave him Coke. I said, you do what you do, however you get your money. But I knew he kept getting money. Question. You saw the TV in the new apartment and everything, but that's well after the murder? Answer. Yeah, right after the murder. Question. But time had gone by for a while? Answer. Time had gone by. It had only been like about, I would say 6 months, 6, 7 months, 8 months. The money blew fast. Question. But you're saying, what I'm hearing is, I know he already blew all of his money, but somehow these things are still coming in? Answer. Yeah, they're still coming in. And I remember asking, what did you do with your money? Oh, I stashed some of my money in Katie's car. I said, you stashed some money in Katie's car? And you think that girl won't clean her car and look and find it, Tudo? He was like, no, I stashed it real good. But I never asked him where he stashed it at. He said he stashed it in the car. So I'm like, man, you is lying. In my mind, like to me, he was lying to me. Because you kept getting money, you bought all these toys, man. You're buying shit left and right. Your car, the Nissan broke down, you destroyed the car. You had to fix the transmission. You had to fix this. Like, what the fuck? The Monte Carlo that he bought was an old school Monte Carlo. It needed work done to it. You know, he was probably putting 2 or 3 grand into it already. Question. After he bought it for 27? Answer. After he bought it for 27. Question. And the Nissan was 5? Answer. The Nissan was $5,000. Question. And you said his bike was $3,200? Yeah, like $3,200. And you only spent 23 on yours? Answer. Yeah, I only bought me a bike. I didn't buy nothing else. I bought Jessica this little raggedy ass Toyota for like $200 or $300 from her best friend, and that was it. Sanford. And you said that she had gotten a car. Tudo wasn't working at the time, right? Uh-huh. And you said something about somebody gave Katie a car? When I was in prison. Okay, that was later on? That was later on. That was later on. Answer. So that didn't got nothing to do with no. Question. Okay. Answer. I was just bringing it up. How y'all keep getting money? How y'all keep getting all this? Question. Okay, so going back to what we're talking about, he wasn't working. Was Katie working? Do you know? Answer. Yeah, she was working with the dentist, I believe. She was still working with the dentist. Investigator Isom. So when he stashed his money in the car, what kind of car did she have at the time? Answer. That same car. She has a Mitsubishi, whatever you call it, an SUV, the white one she has right now. Question. All right. So he says, hey, we need to go back. We have to go back. I'm going back. And the money has already been arranged from before. To make another trip, you're not going to get promised any more than what you originally promised, which is 30 plus 5 plus 2. Uh-huh. All right. So he basically says that you go to the rental car place, you get the Prius, you go drop your car off. Yeah. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes, sir. Okay. And then what happens from there? We took off. We came up here. Same 2 guns? No, no more. It was just 1 gun. Okay. I thought both guns went on both trips. No, sir. Just one? Just 1 trip. Short nose or long nose? Short nose. What happened with the long nose? Probably left it at home. I don't know what he did with the long nose. You left it at home? No, he probably left it at his house. Okay. I don't know what he did, but we only took 1 gun. Okay, so short gun, the one you got from the black guy in the neighborhood for $150? Yes, sir. And you haven't shot up all the bullets yet. Nobody shot either one of them. How do you even know it works? Answer. Because he shot a hole through the fucking car. Question. That was an accident, though. I'm talking about before you even left Miami. Answer. Oh no, he ain't tested or nothing. Question. Nobody tested it? Answer. Nobody tested it. It was tested in the car that day that he shot the hole through the... Question. Okay. And we'll get to that in a second. But basically, you're saying that you bought the gun, never test fired it. He never test fired it? Answer. Never. Question. But that's the only gun you're bringing this time? Answer. That's the only gun we brought, just 1 gun. Okay. The first trip was 2 guns. The second trip was 1 gun, and that's it. Okay, so you get in the Nissan you're driving? Not the Nissan. The Prius? The Prius. You rented it? I drove. Question. You said something to him about he might drive it or no. Was he ever going to drive the Prius? Answer. No, I drove. He drove for a little bit the night we left. He drove. We took off. But then he was drunk. He was like, you know what, man? You should drive. Because if we get pulled over, this car is not under my name. So it's under your name. So I was like, you know what? You're right. But then I told him, I'm on probation, man. If we get pulled over, I'm going to jail. Okay, so let's stop there. That's the middle of page 71. It might take a couple more live stream shows to finish this. So thank you guys all for being out there. Okay, nice to see everybody's comments. If I eat too much pie in one sitting, I often feel uncomfortable. Okay, it looks like I've missed a ton of comments, so I'll look at it later. Really, cry me an effing river, maybe. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the comment box there. Yeah, okay. Looks like people are talking about a bunch of different things. Okay. Censor. Oh, okay. So I guess my literal reading of the transcript is making some people feel uncomfortable or upset. Okay. Okay. Well, looks like there's some issue going on, but I'm sorry I was focusing on reading the transcript, which means that I can't see the comments flashing up at the same time. So I'll take a look at this later, and I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting this channel and everything. And I would like to cover some other topics. So if you guys have any other topics that you would like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. Because obviously there's not always going to be something going on in this Markel Adelson case. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what exactly was going on, but it looks like it was getting a little heated there in the comments and stuff. So, okay, well, hopefully nobody was too badly offended. Once again, I just wanted to be true to the transcript and read exactly what Luis Rivera was saying. And I think it's important, as some other people have commented too, that it's really hard to understand what Luis is saying based on the bad audio of the video of his interview / interrogation, and it's just really hard to tell exactly what is being said. So I felt really happy to receive this transcript from one of my subscribers, so that's why I'm reading it, and hopefully it is of some use for some people out there that really care about the case. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend. I do have to get going, unfortunately. Yeah, it is pretty impressive what Luis is saying. It seems like he is to me, he seemed very credible, both in the video as well as when I read the transcript, that it sounds like someone that's just not making stuff up as he goes to please the investigators or anything. Yeah. So, oh, okay, Daryl Brooks. Yeah, I've looked into it a little bit. Yeah, but there's just like so much. Yeah, there's just so many different criminal cases going on. Um, and before I do any sort of live stream, like even the Adnan Syed case, I would like to discuss that within the next couple of weeks, but I haven't even had time to read the book that I finally got off the internet about the Syed case. So I'm not sure if anyone has any strong feelings about this. If you yourself would like to be a guest on a future live stream to discuss the Syed case, please let me know. I'm always looking for other people. But it really does take many hours before any live stream to keep reading all the news and really feel like I'm, okay talking about it. And even still, usually I still get some mean comments where people think that I am saying stuff that offends them, or that I didn't know the case well enough. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Oh, yeah, definitely Sarah Boone. I'm very interested in that. So I'll definitely be watching that. That should be broadcast probably on Deep Dive True Crime. I think her trial is scheduled for sometime is it in early November or late November? Now I can't even remember, but there's so many cases out there, not to mention interesting civil lawsuits that are going on throughout the whole country too. So there's still plenty of other legal topics to focus on, but it does seem like most people are so interested in the Dan Markel case. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Okay, well, thank you guys for being there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good evening.